Right, back to Uber. Now, some would argue that council was maybe even a little bit punitive towards Uber. I mean, you think about the laws that are now in place. So we got background checks annually. I guess that makes sense, and I would think that vehicle inspections annually, not a problem. Forgive me, that's background checks one time and vehicle inspections once a year. Where they kind of lose me is the $220 annual licensing fee, and then the need for a Class 4 license. Was council punitive?
I don't think so at all. I think those things are really important to me.
You think so? 220
Absolutely.
a year, that's fair? Really?
It's a business expense. Who cares? Like seriously, it's a business expense. You write it off. It's no big deal. If you're thinking a person who's going to run a business who goes $224 or whatever it is too much for me to start a business on, you shouldn't be running a business.
Well,
I'm
ballpark,
sorry.
it's about $500. Keep in mind, a Class 4 license isn't cheap either.
It's $500. It's a business expense. If you don't have $500 to start a business with, then maybe you got to think
Even
of
if you're
doing something
driving,
else.
they say on average, Uber will
10
tell
hours a
you,
week?
10 hours a week. So that's pretty cost prohibitive, no? I mean, does
But
Uber
it's
have a
not-
leg to stand
it's
on?
not.
But it's
You're
not
with that,
though.
right?
Like if you're
Yeah.
gonna do this as a let's
Yeah.
face it, in this current time in Calgary, it's not the greatest economy. If this was here, way more people would be doing it, right? Like if this was 2-3 years ago when everybody had a job and there was want ads for everything and
Yeah.
everybody had a job, this wouldn't be as popular as it is now. The economy starts to slide. I need to make some part-time money. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I used to do this.
Right.
Now I can't. Maybe I can do this. That $500 as an investment in your business, it will A, make you want to do it more, and you'll have to do it more to get that $500 back. And B, it's just, like Julie said, it's a business expense.
So did Uber just pick up their ball and run away like some crybabies? Is that what's happened here?
I don't think they are. I think they're, I mean, obviously they did make a statement that Uber will not operate in Calgary.
Yep.
It is in Edmonton. I'm sure
Well,
it's,
kind of, sort of. I think the insurance is still
yeah.
trying to be worked out.
But I mean, they just recently, I got an email from them today saying that people who want to pitch new venture ideas, Uber's setting it up that you essentially call your Uber app and you call for a ride to pick you up, and you're given 15 minutes with an investor, and you have to pitch that 15-minute spiel to them, and if they like your idea, they'll get back in touch with you, and then they go and drop you off at your house.
Clever.
So
this is in Calgary. Local,
this is here in Calgary, and
it's got Brett Wilson all over it.
yeah, probably. The thing is, I mean, I think those are the kind of things that Uber's going to go into, because I mean, they're, like you said, a $10 billion company or whatever it is.
Billions.
They've got money to throw around to make a lot of people in power really angry, or just to pester them and saying, okay, yeah, we don't exist in Calgary, but we're still here. Our presence is still very valid.
Real quick
It's
before.
so weird that we have this mayor who's so progressive, and
That surprised me as well.
this really well, I don't want to say anything too out there at the moment, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder.
This isn't a
why-
progressive idea, though.
What do you mean?
This is a very right-wing libertarian idea.
What
Idea.
Uber is?
Uber is?
Or the
Very
pitching?
much so. Like they want zero regulation. They want this is free market capitalism to the max. Like this is exactly, so this isn't a progressive idea, like as people would say it is. Something like the taxi cartel is what you would say is more of a left wing or communist or socialist idea, because the leaders control the power of. I mean, granted, we don't live in a democracy, we live in an oligarchy, so it completely changes.
What?
Okay, I
Okay,
thought
before
I
we
was the
get too deep,
controversial one.
let me just
Wow.
step in. I wanted to touch on Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Okay, I was surprised, and maybe I was the only one surprised. I didn't see a whole lot of it in social media. I made my voice heard. MAD did not seem to be involved whatsoever. I mean, here is an organization, their mandate is to keep people from driving intoxicated. Now, I can tell you that in my younger days, I spent many a night on 17th Avenue, not many a night, enough nights on 17th Avenue trying to hail a cab, without any luck. And I'm sure I witnessed people make bad decisions. Now,
Sure,
that said,
yeah.
where was MAD throughout all this? Am I the only one that was disappointed, or, should there be a bit
You're
more?
right. They didn't have a visible presence that I was aware of, and
I think some companies sometimes just sit back and see who the winner is.
yeah,
And then they're like, oh yeah, we thought that all along, whatever. I
Yeah.
do think that some of the taxi regulations in Calgary prevent the taxi drivers, from making enough money. Speaking of MAD, you're not allowed to advertise on the side of a taxi. MAD does. Why? Because
Well, that's
they're a
just
good
it. So
company,
there's-
right? Why can't you just put something else on the side of there? There was an experiment, I think, and they advertised on some taxis and they took it off for some reason. You get those triangle signs like they have in the bigger cities, New York City. Vegas might be a little much, but they have advertising everywhere. That's just extra money in the driver's pocket, right? You know what I mean? Maybe it's in the company's pocket, but still, if they're making more money, the taxi drive by advertising on a cab, the driver should say, well, drop my rate then. You know what I mean? Like somebody has to make the money all around the board.
Did you want to hear from Matt? Did you want to hear a little something from Matt?
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't. I actually brought that up to a couple
Did
people
you?
I know that just like, well, why aren't those kind of anti-drunk driving just groups
Get behind
being more Uber-minded? I mean, I don't. I'm not sure why they would
There's
have.
more to the story there. There's investigation
Oh, absolutely.
required.
Yeah.
We're going to jump to another break, folks. Stay with us.